Hello nerds. So no face cam today, trying to make this a quick video. I just went through all the promotional pieces, including the trailer, including some screenshots that they've released, to try to confirm which planes exactly we're going to get upon the release of Aces of Thunder. So I'm going to play the video in the background you guys see right here. As I go through the list, I'll find the exact frame, stop it on the screen for a second so you guys can confirm. As of right now, it looks like we're going to have the Spitfire, at least 2 variants. I think I might see 3 here, but you guys can confirm by looking at these. Some of you know the Spitfire better than I do. The Typhoon for sure, it's shown right at the beginning. The Zero for sure, possibly 2 variants, could be even more, but it could just be the paint job. There's a lot of different paint jobs for those Zeros and a lot of different types of them, and I don't feel like going through it all. You got the IL-2, what looks like one of the LA series, either an LA-5, 7, or 9. BF-109, at least 2 variants seen. Unfortunately, we don't have the Emil model, so it looks like if you go on to the War Thunder tech tree, that we're going to get a lot of aircraft that are rank 3, but next to nothing that seems to be within rank 2. So in your mind, that can be a good cutoff for what we're going to get in this game and what we're not going to receive. Because it looks like for the 109s, we're also going to have the F models and the G models, which would fall into that area as well. BF-110 spotted. We got a Mustang, P-51, Dauntless Dive Bomber right here. Let's get some screen time. And a P-47. And going through, it looks like they're going to be AI-controlled HE-111 bombers. I'm not sure if that's going to be a playable thing, but I'll get into that in a little bit later with what I think is going to be player-controlled bomber or attacker aircraft. And I don't know what this is here at the 104 mark. Is that a Stuka? I don't think so, because it would make logical sense since it seems like we're flying a P-51. That would be a P-51. It's just the roundels on the side that are a bit confusing because they don't look American. And I suppose it could be a British Mustang, but I kind of want to hold out hope for the Stuka. But I feel like they would advertise that more, so I don't know. And that would not fit into the whole rank 3 situation that I was saying earlier, because the Stuka is a rank 2 and even a rank 1 aircraft. That doesn't seem to stop the Americans with their Dauntless, so we'll see what we get. So just going through the trailer, going through that frame by frame, we're missing a few things, right? There are no Axis attacker aircraft except the 110. The Japanese seem to have nothing but their Zeros. There's no allied strategic bombers, nothing more than the Dauntless. There's no Focke-Wulf 190, Stuka, Corsair, P-40, E-Model 109, B-25, or a B-17 at all. And if you notice all of these attacking aircraft, anybody with a backseat gunner, it's really only 2-man crews. Now, 110, I get that that's an exception, but the radio guy doesn't really count for much in game. You're not really going to use him. So I think what they are trying to do here is have only 1 gunner seat, so that way you can control it with your hands. I'll have another video coming out on that probably tomorrow, but I believe what they're doing is just porting over the gunner seats that they already have. Because you know how in some of these larger gunners, you just kind of go to this 3D view fully around the plane and they don't actually have the models for the individual gunner seats yet. So I don't even know if we're going to get those bombers. I don't think we will, especially at launch. Now, what would be cool is if they added some compatibility to where you could have a backseat gunner and a pilot working together. So like if I had a friend who had the VR but didn't want to play as a pilot because he's not good at it or something like that, they can go into the back seat, have more fun, and then we can have a 2-man thing. But I doubt that is actually going to happen. It'd be awesome to see it if like they have it in IL-2 1946. That would be amazing, but War Thunder does not have that capability, so I doubt that this port over to PlayStation VR would have it either. But there is some redemption coming from the other promotional pieces that they've put out. Most notably probably is the YouTube thumbnail for their trailer release confirms a Focke-Wulf 190, what looks like a D-13 or some type of later module. They also put out a few screenshots and promotional pictures, and what can be confirmed here is that the P-63 is definitely coming. It seems to be in every one of these pictures. And it may kind of look like a P-39 from the outside, but the cockpit certainly confirms that it's a P-63. What also looks like a second Zero variant, or this is a Japanese style cockpit. I don't fly a ton of them, so I don't know what aircraft this is from specifically. If you guys do know, and if this isn't a Zero, please make sure to comment it. I'll pin you guys. That would be amazing to know. It also looks like a second variant of the P-51. You guys can see on the screen here, I was trying to figure out which one of these aircraft's cockpit matches the one from the trailer. I was looking through the A-26. I was looking through some of the earlier modules of the P-51, and it looks like we are going to have 2 variants of a P-51, one later and one being earlier, so the P-51C and the P-51D. And one that might get some of our British fellows pretty excited a Mosquito is coming. This might look like a 110 or some type of other attacking aircraft from this picture. And I know it's difficult to tell, but I've had so much time in Mosquitoes. I love them. They're fun. You can very much tell, judging by the fact that your co-pilot's sitting right next to you, and that circle right above his head is a telltale sign. You guys can see it on the screen now. It is confirmed a Mosquito is coming to Aces of Thunder. Now, there are probably going to be other planes. They said dozens and dozens. This is, I think, no more than 15. So dozens and dozens is, that implies over 24, over 25. So we'll see what we get. If they just port over a lot of these rank 3 aircraft, then they can cover a lot more than what we're talking about. But I don't know if we're going to have those bombers, so we can probably cut out like a fourth of them. But that leaves a pretty substantial tech tree, but we're not going to get those earlier aircraft. And as of the launch, fucking motorcycle. As of the launch, we are not going to get jet aircraft or later 50s, 60s era aircraft, which I know a ton of people are going to miss, especially with the F-16 and more modern stuff finally coming out on the main server in War Thunder. Something that you can already play in VR on sim as long as you're on PC already. But for people like me who just have a PlayStation, this is awesome. So I hope this video was helpful if you guys were looking in to do some research, and just know I'll be covering this the whole way. So if you want somebody to be dedicated to Aces of Thunder, I'm your guy. Just hit the button down there, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know that you're here, and I'll be honest, it boosts the engagement, and I'm a broke college kid, so that would be amazing. Thank you all for watching. Peace.